Article 19 is entitled Safety and Health. And we will talk about this from the perspective also of the new edition of OSHA standards for state workers that is going to be in effect as of March 24th, 2015. But Article 19 has for a long time been the article that provides for a safe, clean, and wholesome surroundings within which bargaining unit members, state employees, should work. Reports of unsafe conditions should be sent to the administrative head. If stewards are aware of or made aware of unsafe conditions, they should contact their union president as quickly as possible for looking at remedies that might be available before having to go through the grievance process. We do a fair amount of work with the Commonwealth to remedy situations. And there are different state agencies, in fact, that help to determine indoor air quality and working conditions in the environments. This article, Safety and Health, Article 19, is supposed to be posted conspicuously in each location, each work location. It does deal with indoor air quality, temperatures, whether or not there might exist asbestos. It pertains to specifically also to pregnant employees and grievance. We've had many grievances in the past with all of these areas, but the grievances can only go to step 3, which means that it stays within the administration. It doesn't go on to an outside arbiter or judge for a decision. So that really behooves the union and management to work as collaboratively as possible to remedy the problems. There also is a call to program, to put in place a program to monitor air quality in new locations, new office locations, for 60 days for the period of time that the new work location gets occupied by the state workers. So that's specific in that article as well. As I said, we've had a lot of complaints and articles about indoor air quality, and we have had some great successes in being able to remedy those problems and find the cause of the air quality problems in work locations. So let me turn things over to David and address it from a management perspective.
Yeah, from a management perspective, I have to say, on the whole, management has been responsible for providing a healthy workplace. From bed bugs to asbestos, lack of heat to lack of air conditioning, management recognizes the bad effects this has on productivity and employee welfare, and usually works out some solution with the union. In fact, some years ago, a new facility was built and it was vacated due to air quality concerns. Within the Executive Office of Health and Human Services, the Bureau of Environmental Health and DPH is designated to conduct air quality assessments at human services facilities. But your first step, if you have concerns about this, is contact your union, and then we'll be in touch with management. As Greg said, one of the requirements of the article was that you call this to the attention of your supervisor or designated person at the facility to try to effectuate a remedy, and then to the union.
Thank you, David.
A couple of things. First of all, in Massachusetts, the State Department of Labor Standards is the agency that's responsible for safe environmental conditions within state buildings. And on March 24th, as Greg indicated, the Federal Office of Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, regulations will begin to be effective for public employees in Massachusetts. That's a big change. And that has to be implemented, and that'll obviously take some time, but within a couple of weeks, the OSHA regs will apply to Massachusetts public agencies. The other thing is the union is willing to, and has in the past taken vigorous action when it learns about a building that really is unsafe for employees to work in. We had a case several years ago where we had to commence litigation in the civil courts in order to get a state agency to vacate a building where one of its regional offices was located, but we got it done. And the union is willing, if situations require it, to take very vigorous action to make sure that its members are working in a safe and wholesome environment. So bring that to your steward's attention if something like that occurs where you are, and then call into the union central office if you need further action.
Thank you, Richard and David. I wanted to also make the point that because of the new OSHA regulation standards that are in place as of March 24th, 2015, NAGE had been the leader in making that happen and bringing that about. Because heretofore, state workers were not covered by OSHA standards. Private employees and contractors were covered, but not state workers. So this has changed, and we were in a leadership position working with allies across the Commonwealth to bring this change into effect. So it's a very big change, and we're hoping that it will continue to save people's health going forward.